People have been so nice to me, so nice. That's the one thing I've really come. There are a lot of things I love about Nigeria, but that's the one thing I will forever tell people. When I told my mom that I was dating this Nigerian guy, she kind of had her reservations because, of all the stories that we've heard about Nigeria, they will do A, they will do B, they will do this to you.
Yeah.
But the minute she met the guy, like, she didn't even need to ask him questions.
Yeah.
She just talked to him, saw the kind of person that he was, and right off the bat, they just hit it off. And from then on, her perspective of Nigerians in general has changed. In fact, a lot of people who have met my husband have changed their perspective on the Nigerian stereotype.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Qinspride, and yes, today we want to react to a video about a Nigerian interviewing a Kenyan. Like I told us, we will not react to any content that does not make sense. Okay, it's not even about the content favoring Nigeria or not. If it is critical but sensible, yes, we'll react to it, because the essence of this content reaction is for us to educate ourselves the more, as well as educate our viewers. Okay, you may know a lot of things about Nigeria as a Nigerian, but there are foreigners on this channel who may be looking forward to getting to know more about Nigeria. So when we get this content of people's cultural shock, we will also use it to enlighten others about Nigeria. So let's go. A heart that obeys.
So how long have you been living in Nigeria?
I moved here at the end of 2020, so I'd say about 3 years now.
Oh, you're still fairly new.
Still fairly new, but my pidgin know the carry last.
Okay guys, so this is also what I do talk about. Learning the language of the people you are staying with is very important. At least, even if you do not know how to speak proper English, your pidgin, Nigerian pidgin, can get you through. Okay, so her pidgin no dey carry last simply means that she is well grounded in pidgin. Also, let me let you know that we have different types of pidgin in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we have different types of pidgin. We have pidgin that you can speak in Lagos and in environs. We also have pidgin being spoken in the southern part of Nigeria. We have broken bottle and we have wafi. They are all pidgins, but they have their different spices. For instance, wafi. They chew it. There are certain slangs they put into their pidgin that may make it totally different and may not really be easier for you to understand. So you must be well in slangs, in Nigerian slangs, for you to understand some of these pidgins. So we call them wafi, and we also have the one we call broken bottle. That one is another type of pidgin too. Okay, for instance, somebody wants to say, oh, I won't wash that thing well. Then somebody will tell you, I beg, samaran kia kia, samaran kia kia. I won't wash that thing quick. Somebody will say, samaram kia kia. That is also pidgin. Okay, so hope you know that. So now you know. Nigeria is too big, so well, let's talk about other things. Let's go.
Alright, so before coming to Nigeria, what did you think about Nigeria before you visited? And what do you think about the country now that you're living here?
Okay, before coming to Nigeria, the only thing I knew about Nigeria was the movies.
Oh, really?
Yes,
so like Nigerian movies are really popular?
We grew up watching Nigerian movies. So Sam Loco Efe, Patience Ozokwo, Ramsey Noah, Genevieve, Omotola, all those people are the people we grew up watching. But other than the movies, we didn't really have much of Afrobeat when we were growing up. So we only knew the movies. I didn't know anything else about Nigeria except Nigerian movies, which are doing very well.
Really?
Yeah, so we'd watch them over and over and over.
Yes, you are correct, sweetheart. Many years ago, Nigeria was known more by their movies. You know, Nollywood. You have some local affair, Merit, Kenneth Okonkwo, Shan George, Iniedo, Genevieve Naji, Omotala Jalade Kehinde, Uche Jumbo. You know, that time, Ngozi Ezono, Alex Usifo, a lot of Nigerian actors, a lot of Nigerian actresses and celebrities. Then Afrobeat was there, but it was not well known like it is known now. So later on, there became the reemergence of Afrobeat in Nigeria, and it was fine-tuned the more before entering the global stage. So yes, before now, many years ago, we were known more by our movies. I'm talking about in the 90s and the early 2000s. Yes, we were known more by our movies. Before Afrobeats, from 2003, 2004, 2005 till the present day.
Okay, but from the movies, like, what perception did the movies portray about the country?
I realized that Nigeria is very culture oriented. Like
yes.
few people,
But coming
from an outsider looking in, because I'll explain to you why I think it's a good thing. So you people are very culture oriented. So we would see your weddings, you know, see how you people relate with each other in the movies, because you know movies typically portray normal life to some extent.
Yeah, reality to some extent.
Yes, the difference with Kenya is that we kind of got a little more westernized than we should have, if I could say that. So we don't really have, you see, people have Ankara and you wear it with pride. We don't really have something we would say, okay, this is Kenyan attire, other than maybe these things that I'm wearing that would represent the Maasai culture, not even the Kenyan culture, the Maasai culture, which is a tribe in Kenya. But from the movies, you could tell that you people's culture was something that you really, really held dear.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
In that sense, yeah, it's really beautiful, because I think I like culture. You know, like any country or any place that observes culture.
Yes.
It's always very beautiful.
It is.
And yes, you know, the movie is talking about our culture. It is where we address certain things concerning Nigeria, and it is where we display our culture. So yes, the cultural values, Nigerians, we do stick to our culture and we do not play with our culture. This is nice. However, there are some other people who felt that our movies portrayed negativity, rituals, and the rest of them. And sometimes when they say this, I'll be like, so the ending of all movies do show you that these rituals or ritualists did not last. They had some issues and the rest of them. There was reckoning. So why didn't you learn that? Why was it only the fact that, oh, Nigerians are all ritualists? That was the only thing you picked up from the whole movies. You mean from 2 hours or 3 hours movies, the only thing you picked out there was that Nigerians were ritualists. You didn't pick out the fact that they had some challenges. And even those that invested into rituals, they paid heavily with their life. You know, sometimes we don't really understand how people pick things. Yes, we have the good and the bad, the ugly. They displayed all there. Pick all of them. Don't just pick the negative aspect of it. Yes, we have our Ankara. You know, we have different types of Ankara. We call them wax in Nigeria. Okay, so we use them to sew clothing like skirts, ashwebi, you know, skirt and blouse, different patterns. Yes, we have the one we use to sew buba and the rest of them. So yes, we are proud of our culture.
Now that I've been here, I have gotten to interact a lot more with Nigerians one-on-one. You people are still very communal, as I saw in the movies. Like I keep saying in my videos, people bring me food, people check up on me. I cannot pass my street and a child passes me without greeting me.
Oh, and that's something now. New?
Kenyan, in Kenya, everybody minds their business.
Oh, really?
Like,
wow.
Children will look at you and go. But here, you cannot try it here, because the child's mom or dad or whoever is with the child will say, you cannot greet. You can't greet. So community is very important here, and it's something that I wish we had more.
Yeah, with time. So How similar are Nigerians to Kenyans?
In terms of what?
In terms of anything. Country, structure, personality, culture, religion, likes, dislikes. Is there any similarities between Kenya and Uganda and Kenya and Nigeria?
I think the major similarity, other than the fact that we are both African countries, is just that there's that Africanness. We are very different in many ways, but the only thing that kind of brings us together is that we will always kind of look out for our next
person.
Yes, so you can always. I haven't lived abroad, but from the stories I hear, there's a lot of people just living their own lives.
True.
You can be in your house forever and ever, and you've not even seen your next door neighbor. So I still feel like even though Kenya is a lot westernized, there's still that African communal nature that we still share with Nigeria.
I think looking out for one another is an African thing. That is one thing that binds we Africans. For instance, if you travel to the Western world, you know, they mind their business. Like, even if you're having issues, people just go out on their own and mind their business. But in Africa, we are not like that. We always look out for one another. There is that communal nature in we Africans. So even if you see it in the Western world, like Europe and America, it is an African thing. So yes, I will agree with you. There are more differences than similarities. Why? Because Kenya is in the eastern part of Africa. So yes, but when it comes to the communalism aspect of life, yes, we are together. We are the same as Africans. Yeah, let's proceed.
And then the food is very different. You people have swallow upon swallow upon swallow upon
different
swallow.
Soups and all that.
Soups. In Kenya, we only have ugali, which is a cornmeal, and then a lot of rice, a lot of chapati, a lot of different things. But here, the food variety is so big. So we are more different than alike.
Oh, so, that's very interesting, because I always feel like, you know, like Africans, we would have similarities. Before I started, you know, doing this channel, I always felt like there'll be some, like they'll even eat the same food. You think?
Yes.
I thought all African countries, well, I thought like South and East African countries did eat jollof rice. You get me? And I realized that, oh, some African countries don't even know jollof rice. So it was really confusing, and not confusing per se. It was just a very new discovery to me, and interesting. Yes. I would say.
Yes, we have food in Nigeria. We have so many swallows. You're talking about a country with over 600 local governments. You are talking about a country with so many ethnic groups, so many culture. The cultural diversity in Nigeria is so much and intense. It's so much. So yes, we have different swallows. We have like Idikaiko, we have Afang, we have Atama, we have Egusi, we have Oha, we have so many delicacies, Forero, we have Wedu, Wegiri, a lot of swallows. So yes, it's because of our cultural diversity, and that is why Nigeria is so big. So yes, you are correct. You have a lot in Nigeria.
Or what are the culture shocks that just hit you when you came in? You know, all your first cultural shock that you experienced.
The first thing right off the airport is the hooting. The hooting was just on another level in Lagos, particularly.
Yeah, in particular.
The hooting. Just thinking about it, I'm getting a certain level of PTSD, because the hooting is a lot. It was really, it was a lot. Now I've kind of tuned it out because I've lived here a number of years. But the hooting, I did not expect that. In Kenya, you hardly ever hoot. Like, even if you're waiting to enter your gate, the guy will just see your flashlights and then they will come and open the gate without you needing to hoot. No one hoots in traffic. No one hoot anywhere unless it's very, very, very necessary.
But
maybe
I think it's more of a Lagos thing, yeah.
It's a Lagos thing, yeah.
But then it's like a Nigerian thing as well. It almost seems like they just like using that feature.
Because somebody told me that they even hoot to say hi. Like, yeah, I'm passing, I've seen you.
We were literally just standing somewhere right now. We were not on the road. And so that guy was.
You're right. Yeah. She was hooting at us for no reason. For no reason.
Like, so, it's so crazy.
Yeah, the hooting.
That's why Lagos is so noisy, to be honest.
It is. It's true. Other than the traffic.
I appreciate the fact that our sister decided to blend in. That is what we're talking about. When you go to people's land, you learn to blend. So yes, the hooting. Yes, because you arrived in Lagos first. So yes, because of the population, people are going out there for their daily activities. So yes, the hooting. She meant the horning, PPP and the rest of them. So yes, it's peculiar to big cities. So if where you arrived is a big city like Lagos with such population, so yes, you will hear such a lot. However, in some other places you will not. Once you cross Lagos and you're entering places like Ibadan or Ogun, I will continually tell us, you won't hear such things, not all the time. Okay, so yes.
The traffic was another culture shock that I was not really ready for.
Should I bust your bubbles? I've been in Lagos all my life, and the traffic is still a culture shock to me. I'm telling you, it's like you.
But
why
do you think travel? The traffic is mad like that in Lagos?
First off, it's because of Lagosians, right? Lagosians are very impatient people.
True.
Have you been in traffic for a long time and you get to the beginning? There's nothing there.
There's nothing.
It's
You're right.
Crazy. Like you can see a traffic as long as whatever.
There is hardly ever anything that is causing that traffic.
It is just a case of 3 cars wanting to pass where 1 car should be passing.
You're right.
All at the same time. So first off is the impatience of Lagosians.
Yes.
Secondly, it's how narrow the road is for the amount of people
that are using the road.
Like Lagosians are very restless people.
You're right.
They are always on the move. They're always on the road. So a lot of people are always on these narrow roads.
Very true.
You know, like unlike Abuja, where it's a very calm place and their roads are really wide.
I've never been to Abuja. I've heard good things about it.
So beautiful. I used to live in Abuja.
Oh, why did you move?
My mom. She deceived me. She told me we're going back and we never went back. I think that's one of the reasons why. And it's so annoying. Yeah. And everybody says this, that the traffic is always a culture shock.
Yes, let's talk about the traffic. Like in my other videos, yes, Lagos and traffic. And yes, maybe sometimes impatience, you know, this person will put their head this way, this other person will put their head this way, and the rest of them, you see, it's like psh, psh, psh. Everybody wants to move at the same time. Everybody is in a hurry to go home, and the population is not just there. Yes, and sometimes everybody will queue just because of impatience. By the time it clears, you will realize that there was not actually anything causing the traffic except the fact that everybody wants to enter the road at the same time. So yes, the population as well as impatience, but that is peculiar to Lagos and some big cities. However, it is peculiar to Lagos. Other cities in Nigeria, no. I'm not saying you will not see traffic at all. In some cases, sometimes, but it is not all the time. It is mostly rare. There are cities in Nigeria that from the beginning of the year through the ending of the year, there won't be any traffic. You just wake up and you go to where you want to go. Just like she rightly stated, it is peculiar to Lagos. Yes. And this traffic is mostly during the early hours of the morning. Let's say between 8 to 10 and around 5 through 7. 5 through 7, that is when people are returning from work. 8 through 10, or let's say 7:30 through 10, when people are going to work. Between 11 through 3, the road tends to be clear. Yeah, because people are no longer in a rushing time.
And then the other thing is the food. the food I was also a bit not ready for. The amount of pepper.
Oh!
The amount of pepper that you Nigerians eat.
I'm guilty.
Not a small thing.
I'm guilty.
It's a lot because Kenyans, we don't eat pepper a lot like that. Even spice, we don't really spice.
That's actually a culture shock to me as well. Yes. Because I just felt like as Africans in my head, I don't know if that's like ignorant, but I felt like as Africans in my head, we would all eat like spicy meals and peppery stuff. So when I started hearing like some African countries, they can't handle, and you know, to us, it's not peppery.
Exactly. It's not. Tell you what the funny thing is, even babies, like children are eating peppery food when they are 6 months old.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, wow.
It's not hot to us.
Wow.
I think I've heard that 1 or 2 times when people said, no, Nigerian food are so spicy, it's so peppery. It all depends on the region. Please. There are regions who do not like pepper. And I think this pepper of a thing has to do with an individual. There are people who do not like peppery food. So when she talks about spicy food, she's talking about peppery food. Not all Nigerians love peppery food. No. Some Yorubas love pepper. Before, I used to think that all Yorubas love pepper. No, not all Yorubas love pepper. Most Yorubas love pepper, but not all of them love pepper. Not all Igbos love pepper. Okay? Many other tribes, not everybody love pepper. Some just want it normal. Some don't want it at all. Why some cannot do without pepper? So I think it is a cultural thing. It has to do with the individual as well as region. So yes, not everybody love pepper. I may love pepper, but my neighbor may not love pepper. I may marry someone who does not love pepper. So yes, loving pepper is not a Nigerian thing. Nope. Maybe you simply met someone that loves pepper or the region. So yes, if you happen to buy food in Lagos or from a local Lagosian who is a typical Yoruba person, yes, it may be peppery, but not all of them love pepper that much. I'm not saying we don't add pepper at all. We do, but it depends on the degree of the peppering pepper of the pepper. I don't know. Yeah, it varies. Okay, you may meet someone that does not love pepper, that does not like pepper, who may say, "Oh, add small. Oh, it's too peppery." A lot of us do say, "Oh, it's too peppery." Yes. So it is an individual thing as well as a regional thing. You heard me well. Now you know.
Apart from the pepper, the amount of food varieties was also very new to me because, like I said, in Kenya we have foods, but not as many soups as Nigeria has.
And it's crazy how I doubt any Nigerian will be able to taste all the soups across all states in Nigeria.
Yeah,
I haven't
because people just like your kind of soup.
Yeah, every culture likes to just have their own soup. Yeah. You get me? While there's a lot more states to explore. It's just recently I knew what they called black soup. Have you ever heard of black soup?
What's black soup?
There's black soup, and I'm just like, yes, there's black soup, there's white soup, like a lot of different
different meals.
Yes, I've talked about it. We have so many varieties of food. We have so many, and I think food thing is an African thing. Africans are foodies. Yeah. If you go to other countries too, you will see that they have so many food, especially countries in West Africa and Central Africa. Yeah. We have so many varieties of food, even in Southern Africa. So food is generally an African thing. Yes. Maybe you may not have much over there, but in Nigeria we have so much varieties of food. Even as Nigerians, you can't know it all, you can't taste all. It's not that easy because of the numerous dishes. However, you may see someone who loves a forero try or has soup, or someone that would try black soup. You know, black soup is mostly a riverine soup. We have those that may try atama or afan soup, you know, different types of delicacies. So yes, we have a lot in Nigeria. And also, I will also advise us, you know, to try and have a taste of other dishes from other regions in Nigeria at least one time or twice in your lifetime. Yes. Also learn how to cook them. Some of us, we can cook so many delicacies. After all, we are Nigerians. We may not know how to cook all because it is really not easy. It is a difficult task to know how to cook all dishes in Nigeria. It is very difficult. But yes, you will learn how to cook most of them. It will also help you, to have different varieties being served in your home.
What do you love about Nigeria, having lived in Nigeria for this long?
I love that I can always count on my next door neighbor to be there for me.
That's so nice.
Especially as a foreigner. Like I said, people have shown up for me in ways I did not even expect.
Yeah.
And it's not even just in Nigeria. I have a friend, Jamidesu, she's also a YouTuber, who literally sends me food from Kenya, and she's Nigerian. She sends me food from Kenya because it's in new people to just kind of reach out and help out your next door neighbor. And even though there's all this, I've seen a lot of negative tribalism-ish debates. Aside from all of that, you people at the heart of it really appreciate each other, take care of each other. And I'm saying this again from a foreigner looking in. People have been so nice to me, so nice. That's the one thing I've really come. There are a lot of things I love about Nigeria, but that's the one thing I will forever tell people, remember. And just anytime, because let me tell you a bit of a backstory. When I told my mom that I was dating this Nigerian guy, she kind of had her reservations because, of all the stories that we've heard about Nigeria, they will do A, they will do B, they will do this to you.
Yeah.
But the minute she met the guy, like, she didn't even need to ask him questions.
Yeah.
She just talked to him, saw the kind of person that he was, and right off the bat, they just hit it off. And from then on, her perspective of Nigerians in general has changed. In fact, a lot of people who have met my husband have changed their perspective on the Nigerian stereotype. Yeah. So I also feel like there's a lot of good Nigerians. So we should not let the one, in fact, the 0.00001% of the 220 million people define who Nigerians are.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I always tell people, do not generalize. Stop listening to somebody who self-sabotage themselves just because they are creating content. They've gone ahead to destroy our nation. Some of them, I don't know whether they learned the course of demarketing Nigeria. They just stay in front of camera, oh, welcome to my channel, and they will start demarketing Nigeria. Anyway, all I will tell you is, try as much as possible to meet one or two persons from these same countries. It's not just in Nigeria. There are some opinions or stereotypes about other nations that even we Nigerians, we do talk about. I will always tell you, forget about what people told you about this country that is negative. Try to mingle with them. Take the bull by the horn. Travel to these nations and try to find out the truth for yourself. So yes, we Nigerians are nice people. We are not looking forward to getting validated, but yes, sometimes we need to come out there to debunk lies against us, especially lies made by people who are below us. Because there are people who cannot just stand the fact that, oh, it is done by a Nigerian. So yes, put them to shame. Put them to shame and debunk their lies.
A serenade with each beat of the drum.